appears that loser Kari Lake is not quite yet done with her losing spree. Her most recent L means that a defamation suit against her from an election official will be allowed to proceed. In a 13-page decision, Superior Court Judge Ray Adelman ruled that statements made by Lake towards Stephen Richer were provable as false before a jury and that his case for defamation can move forward. So, remember, defamation requires that the person knowingly made false statements in order to damage or defame that person's character. So, malicious. There's got to be some malice in there as well. And so, when you look at the statements that she had made against Richer, it seemed pretty malicious to me. Now, Adelman also dismissed Lake's lawyer's contention that her comments fell in the category of protected political speech. Defendant Lake's statements regarding improper 19-inch ballots and or the existence of 300,000 fraudulent ballots may be discerned by a fact finder as either true or false when considered in the light of any available evidence. These statements constitute assertions of fact that are actionable under prevailing Arizona law. Attorneys for Richards, the first-term Maricopa County recorder, will now move towards trial by seeking evidence from Lake and others to build this defamation case, while Lake could file an appeal, so I can't wait for discovery on that one. Should be fun. After all, Kari Lake has said a lot of things about election fraud. In fact, she really couldn't shut up about it, so there's going to be a wealth of things, especially when, it comes to Richer and her own election loss. So now, a trial could occur next year in the midst of Lake's run for Republican nomination for the U.S. Senate. And here's the funny thing about this, right? Kari Lake actually had a bit of an advantage in this. What do I mean? Arizona had actually voted to broaden their anti-SLAPP laws to allow court cases, or I should say to allow courts to toss out cases based on free speech. So it's easier to say, well, look at that. That's just her freedom of speech, right? Well, in this case, even the judge with that expanded authority is like, that is clearly not her free speech. That is defamation. Very, very clear. Now, what do I mean by that? I keep alluding to her statements. Basically, she claimed that Richer had intentionally sabotaged, yes, there's intention behind that, electronic ballot printers, and then inserted 300,000 phony or illegal ballots into the Maricopa County ballot count. Now, that's not true. That's verifiably untrue, okay? And when presented evidence that what she was saying was not true, she's like, no, don't believe it. No, he did it. He did it. He's a crook. He's a crook. He cheated me, obviously, and he did it on purpose. No. Again, she accused him without any evidence, with evidence to the contrary, of a crime, of being a criminal. Okay? So that looks to be pretty malicious. Okay? Again, no evidence. In fact, evidence to the contrary, but Kari's like, no, I'm going to take a page out of Mike Pillow's book. Imagine if he wrote one. And be like,
just forget about the evidence.
Don't care about the evidence. Don't care. I don't care what it says. I don't care what any of the people that looked into this found. No. Richard's a criminal. He's a criminal. He stole the ballots. He stole the election. He stole it from me. I actually won. He stole it. What a crook. What a criminal. How's that not malicious defamation when you know that is not at all true? Stop lying, Kari. Stop it. It's all about the lies, too, by the way. Look, in an interview, Richer said, quote, hey, look, she's allowed to insult me. Sure. She's allowed to criticize my abilities. Also true, right? You say, oh, he sucked at his job, right? He didn't do it correctly. I don't think he's cut out for this job. I don't think he's doing a very good. I think he was negligent, right? That's fair. He also said, you can criticize my hair. which is funny. But then added, she is not allowed to say that I did something that was criminally unlawful, something that has been adjudicated by multiple courts and as absolutely positively not happening. And if she keeps doing that, that is defamation. Now, she responded to this by doing even more defamation. She took to X, formerly known as Twitter, quote, an elected official, government official is suing me for revealing the corruption in the election he administered. No, there was no corruption. He has a bunch of Soros-backed attorneys representing him. This is about taking away our First Amendment rights and interfering in the U.S. Senate race. This case should have been tossed out of court. Oh, wow. I had to bring in the Soros-backed attorneys, right? Yeah, of course. But wait a minute. You had expanded anti-SLAPP laws, and you still couldn't make the case that I was just exercising my free speech. Because it's not free speech. Defamation doesn't count as free speech. Now, Lake's attorney, Jennifer Wright, the former Assistant Attorney General for Election Integrity under Republican AG Mark Brnovich, told Judge Adelman, quote, Recorder Richard cannot prove actual malice. Okay. All right. Kari Lake's statements are based on provable facts. No, they're not. Nothing what she says is incitement. What? Wright also added, largely the facts are true. No, they're not. You don't have any of the truth on your side. They're not living in objective reality anymore at all. Virtually every one of Kari Lake's election challenges was tossed out. You know why? There's lack of evidence. Nothing that she said is true at all. They were not able to prove any of their claims in a court of law, where you actually have to have evidence. Again, it's been proven that there was no election fraud in Kari Lake's race. Specifically, nothing that has to do with Stephen Richer. Okay? Nothing. Doesn't matter, though. Doesn't matter. Not to her. Look, she's gonna keep lying, she's gonna keep defaming, and she's gonna keep losing. That's what she's doing. So, okay, Kari, you want to add another gigantic loss to your record? Go ahead, have at it, have fun.